guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're talking all about new drugstore makeup. I'm super excited. I have a huge drugstore haul in front of me to share with you guys. I have a ton of products. Some things I have tried, some things I haven't, so I will be giving you my thoughts on those products. I have E.L.F, NYX, L'Oreal, some Maybelline. I want this video to be a million years long, so let's jump right in. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what order I want to go into, so I'm just going to start picking up products and telling you my thoughts. Let's start out with something that I have on my eyes right now, and that is the Maybelline City Mini Palette in Mad About Town. Now, these little palettes came out a few months ago, I believe, but this particular version is an all matte version, and this just released not too long ago. I think this is such a great little palette. I'm actually very impressed. Maybelline shadows, in my opinion, haven't always been, they're kind of hit or miss. I don't normally ever go for the palettes that they have where they're single eyeshadows. When this came out, I was intrigued. It's all matte. I love all matte shadows. I love anything all matte. And I don't know, I tried it out today. I think the shades blended out very nicely. They have good pigmentation. They were very easy to work with. I have two other eyeshadow palettes here to talk about, and I actually prefer this one the most, which really surprised me because the other one is from E.L.F and the other one is from Bellini. And this one turned out to be the star of the show. I haven't tried the others, but I believe if this one's good, that those can't be too far off. So I definitely would suggest these little palettes from Maybelline. So I'll stick with Maybelline, and the next product is the Lash Sensational Curvitude Mascara. Now, we're all familiar with the Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline, but this one is new to the line. It is the Curvitude. I'm pretty sure they call the mascara Curvitude because of the curved wand that it has going on here. Now, I've tried this mascara a few times, and I like this mascara, but I don't love it. The reason I say that is because the wand is great because it's curved, so it's easier to get into those lashes. It's a synthetic wand, and it really does comb through your lashes and really separates them, but that's pretty much all it does. It gives you absolutely no volume at all. So in my opinion, this is great for really separating your lashes and making them longer. Not good for volume or any kind of full effect. It doesn't flake, it's super black, and it lasts all day. It just really depends on what your preference is in a mascara. Okay, so let's get into some NYX, and I want to talk about the Away We Glow Illuminating powders. Now, you may have seen these around. They look like this. So there's quite a few other shades. I believe there's about 6 to 8 shades if I'm not mistaken. They all have these 4 different shades in each compact. I have the shade Crushed Rose here and Summer Reflection here. This is definitely a fun powder to work with. And I say that because since it does have 4 different shades, you can kind of mix them up or customize or just use one, and you have a lot going on here. Each compact seems to have one shimmer shade that you can actually use, in my opinion, as a highlighter if you really wanted to. And the other 3 shades are not matte, they have more of a sheen to them. I think these are great to give you a beautiful flush of color that looks almost glowy to the skin. They are not glittery by any means. They're quite pigmented, so be light-handed with them. But other than that, I really do like these powders. I'm currently wearing some reflection right now on my cheeks. I think it gives such a nice, beautiful look to the skin. It's not flat, and it's very pretty. One thing I've really been loving is the 3 Steps to Sculpt palette from NYX. Now, this is just one of their shades. They have a light, they have a medium, and they have a dark, and maybe a light medium. Something along those lines, and obviously each one is tailored to fit that skin tone. This one is in the shade Light. So in each of these palettes you have 3 different shades. You have a bronzer shade right up here, you have an actual highlighter right here, and over here is a powder to set your concealer. This one in this palette is a more yellow banana shade, but it's great for setting under the eyes. That's what I did today. I thought it was very nicely pigmented and really did set my concealer well. I also use the bronzer to bronze up the skin, and I also use the highlighter today as well. I have another highlighter over this that I will be talking about. I do enjoy the powders in this palette. The highlight shade is not super duper in your face. It's got a nice sheen to it. It is very pretty, but it's nothing too blinding. There's no glitter in it at all. Maybe a little powdery, but it's nothing too bad. It's something that I would still work with. I enjoy this palette as a whole, and I do enjoy the highlighter. These powders are very soft and smooth. I will say that this bronzer shade is so pigmented, I literally only need to dab my brush in one time to do one cheekbone. So definitely go in with a light hand with this palette. Other than that, I definitely would recommend it. I think it's a great palette to have and definitely worth the money. When it comes to brow pencils, normally the L'Oreal Brow Stylist has my heart, but I have discovered something brand new and I'm already obsessed. I love it so much. It is the NYX Precision Brow Pencil, and it looks like this. It's definitely got an interesting kind of shape going on, but on one side you have your pencil, and the other you have your spoolie like any other normal pencil. The thing about this pencil is it has a very defined tip, but not to a point. It's got a flat, skinny end to it, which makes it very easy to mimic brow hairs and to really fill them in a lot more quickly, and that's what I really like about this pencil. I don't find it to be too waxy. I think the color choices that they have are really nice. I used this today to do my brows, and I also set it with something else I'm going to be talking about. This pencil is my new favorite. I will be using this every day. I have been using this every day. I honestly really just love the way this makes my brows look. They're so easy to fill in. The spoolie is really nice. I have mine in the shade Expresso, and let me just say, NYX just really did a good job with this brow pencil. I mean, I think it's very comparable to high-end ones like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Yes, another product I would recommend. The E.L.F. Matte for Matte 3 palette. Now, I am such a big fan of E.L.F. eyeshadows that come in these skinny palettes. I think this is so great and compact. They're 10 bucks and they come with 10 shades. Now, I was so excited for this one when I saw it on the website because I love the Matte for Matte 1 and the Matte for Matte 2 especially. That's like one of my go-tos. Shade selection is very nice. Of course, they're all mattes. It's definitely different with the blues, the turquoise. It has some rich browns and lighter transition shades and a very nice cream shade over here at the end. Has like a gray over here, which is interesting. So it's definitely a different palette, not something that we've been seeing lately. So I do love that. I don't know if this is the same formula as the other palettes because I found this one a little bit hard to work with. I felt like I have to build up the color a lot, and when I was blending in other shades, the other ones kind of started to fade away a little bit. I only worked with it one time and I wasn't happy with my eye look. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like I was having an off day, but I don't want to admit that it's this, or I think it could be. I just found the eyeshadows to be a little bit powdery. Some of the shadows seem to have some good pigmentation, but others, like I said, I really had to keep building up. So, not so sure about this one, but I'm going to keep working with it. Something I was very excited about was the E.L.F. Shimmering Highlighter Powder that I have here. This is in the shade Starlight Glow. This is the other highlighter that I have on top of the one from NYX, and it looks like this. This one is definitely a beautiful light champagne shade. They have a few others in this range. They actually have a pretty good shade range. They definitely give you a nice glow. They're not super blinding. I've only used this a couple of times, and anytime I did use it, I think the highlighter did look very pretty. It is a little powdery. I think the formula could be better, but I still think it's a really nice highlighter and I would still continue to use it. I mind picking up other shades. They're super affordable, so that's what makes it worth it. It's very pretty on the skin. It doesn't look chalky. It's not glittery at all, so it is still a pretty highlighter. A few other things from E.L.F. are these Plumping lip glosses I have here. Now I have these shades Sparkling Rosé, which is a more pinky shade, and Peach Bellini, which is definitely a more nude lip gloss. This is the lip gloss I'm wearing right now, is Peach Bellini. I really like these lip glosses. They're super glossy, they're not sticky, and they have good color payoff. It's a slight, like very minor tingle when you have them on the lips, but that eventually goes away, but any plumping lip gloss does. Does it plump up my lips? I don't know, I've only used it a couple of times, so it's hard to say. My lips do feel juicier. So yes, I definitely would recommend these. I also picked up one of the E.L.F. matte liquid lips. This is in the shade Praline. I believe these are only $5 or $6. There's a few other shades online. I don't find them to be too drying, but they are a little bit drying. I wish they weren't as drying as they are, but it's not too bad. They didn't crack, they didn't crumble. They lasted for a decent amount of time, but I've only worn it the one time. And this is the only shade that I have, but it's a very pretty, more nude, warm shade. I'm a little bit on the fence with these just because they are a little bit drying, and the way they look on your lips looks a little bit drying, and I've only tried the one shade, so I can't speak for the other, so I'm not sure. I would probably try more shades because they're so affordable, and I really love the packaging. The packaging is really nice. It's heavy. It has a more luxurious feel. Just like the lip glosses, they have this really nice packaging. E.L.F. has really stepped up their game. These feel like high-end packaging, almost like the Bare Minerals lip gloss packaging. That's kind of what it reminds me of too. So, E.L.F., okay, I see you. One thing I want to talk about, I'm freaking obsessed with. I love it, I love it, I love it. It is from E.L.F. It is, what do they actually call this? Well, it doesn't have a name, but it is a brow gel. I have mine in the shade medium, and this has the skinniest little wand that I've ever seen, and I'm obsessed. This combs my brow hairs like no other. It's almost like hairspray. It doesn't feel like hairspray, but I say hairspray because when you comb them up, they just stay in place. It's what I have in my brows right now, along with the NYX brow pencil that I talked about earlier. This just really does such a good job, and with a skinny little brush like that, you can really get in there and comb your hairs and be nice and precise, and you're not going to get brow gel everywhere, which sometimes I hate depending on the wand. So I highly recommend this. This is the shade medium. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's a good brown. I have good things to say about this brow gel. I freaking love it, and the price I think is like $4 or $5. You cannot go wrong with this. If you see this, or if you're on the E.L.F website, you really need to pick this up. It needs this in your life. Seriously. Okay, so the next product I want to talk to you about, I'm a little disappointed with, but I've only tried it one time. It is the Bellini Everyday Eyes Basic Mattes eyeshadow palette. Now, this shade range is perfect. This is like your most perfect everyday eyeshadow palette. It kind of reminds me of Kylie Jenner's first eyeshadow palette that she dropped with all those warm, neutral, everyday tones, or this could be a dupe for the Naked Little Basics palette. Definitely has the same kind of shade range going on. You've got your white cream shade, you've got a black, you've got a dark brown, you have a great transition shade. Lots of great things going on with this palette. I believe it's $10 or $11, so it's a pretty good price range. My only thing is, I just had a hard time blending these shades. The thing is, they're super pigmented, but this brown shade here, I kept trying to blend it in and trying to make it work, and I was just having issues. So again, I've only used this one time. That could have just been a fluke. I like the other Everyday Eyes eyeshadow palettes from Bellini. I have about 3 other ones, and those work pretty well. Some of the shades are a hit, so I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this palette. I still gotta keep playing with it. Okay, so I'm so excited to talk about this brush right here. Like, look at this packaging. This is from E.L.F. It is their beautifully precise tapered highlighting brush. Want to get the name right? Look at this brush. So it's got very long tapered hairs, and I have been looking for a brush like this for so long. It's not even funny. This is basically a dupe for MAC Cosmetics number 137 long blending brush. It basically looks exactly the same. The hair type might be different, but it's long, it's tapered. It's just like this. And I found one on the E.L.F website for $8. It is so soft. This is so perfect for me for putting on blush. It's just so perfect for getting that flush of color and not adding too much blush. I love it. This is advertised for highlighting, which I think it would be very great for highlighting as well, to get a really diffused highlighted look. Whatever your needs, girl. This is from E.L.F's new brush collection with the clear handle. This is the only brush I have from that line, but now that I see how great they are, I want to pick up more, and I love the packaging. It's so cute. Another thing I picked up from E.L.F is the Targeted Natural Glow Stick. This is in the shade Champagne Glow. It's more of a cream highlighter. I haven't tried these out yet, so I don't have too much of an opinion on it. They feel really nice and creamy. They look very pretty. I'm not exactly sure how they'll look on the skin or if they'll wear nicely with your other makeup, but they're very pretty. There's other shades. They even have a kind of clear glossy one, which is great if you're not wearing any makeup and you want that really pretty natural glowy look. So I need to try these out and I'll let you guys know what I think. This liner from NYX is so skinny, and it is called the NYX That's the Point Hella Fine Liquid Liner. Now, NYX came out with actually quite a few different liquid liners with different ends. Some of them are thicker, some of them are like shaped like a marker, some of them have like a wide tip. All different ones to do all different kinds of wings, and this is the one that I picked up. I love the name Hella Fine. That's so cute. It's called Hella Fine for a reason, because this shit is hella fine. Like, that is such a precise tip. It's what I use today to do my wing liner. I love this. It's super black. It's not shiny or wet looking. It dries to a more matte finish. It's very easy to work with. These are the liners that I typically like to use to do my liner. It's just a nice felt tip liner. This skinny point will cut a bitch. Like, I love that it's so skinny, so it makes it a lot easier to get that point. Used this a couple of times and it lasted very nicely throughout the day. It didn't smudge or wear off. So NYX, yes, NYX. Love it. So let's get into a few more lip products. These are from L'Oreal, and they are the Color Riche Matte Lip Liners. I really like these. These are so creamy, very pigmented. They're so easy to work with. They just glide on the lips with no effort. When you apply them, they are completely matte on your lips. I have the shade number 114 Matte Inkall and number 112 Matte Stirmind. So play on matte, but super cute. I love the shades that I picked up. They are the more nude shades. Here are the shades on the back of my hand. These last a very long time. I ate through them and they barely budged. They only wore off on the inside of my mouth and it still looked nice. They're easy to reapply. They're great under any liquid lip or lipstick or anything else. L'Oreal, yes. I love them. Also new from L'Oreal is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Lip Gloss. Now, that's kind of weird because when you think lip gloss, you don't think matte. I'm not exactly sure why L'Oreal called these Pro Matte Lip Gloss. They are not a lip gloss. In my opinion, these are just like the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. So they're matte and they're creamy, but they don't dry down completely. They're not transfer proof. This is the shade number 318 Bare Attraction. I've only tried this one time, but it did look very nice on the lips and made them look nice and plump and luscious and matte. It didn't look dry or anything like that. It did wear pretty nicely throughout the day, but it did start to wear off when I ate. Nothing too bad. That's what typically happens with these matte lip creams. That's basically what this is. It's a matte lip cream. So if that's more your style instead of a true matte liquid lip, which some people don't tend to like because they are so matte and so drying, then this is definitely something that I would suggest picking up. Last but not least is also from L'Oreal, and it is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Correcting Concealer. Now this also comes in green and I believe yellow. I really am a fan of the True Match line from L'Oreal. They just have so many different products, so many different shades to suit everybody, and I love that. This is new and something that I really wanted to like because I have dark under eye circles, and anything I can use to try to color correct those dark circles is a winner in my book. So I thought this would be great because it's a peach shade, and that's the color. It's peach number 402 neutral. And I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this. It's creamy and blendable. It's not so much that I don't like it, but the moment I apply it, it seems to oxidize and become a lot more orange. And I'm not exactly sure how well it conceals my dark circles. I've only used it one time, and it did something, but it didn't do a whole lot. So I gotta play with it a little bit more. It did wear nicely under my concealer though, so that's nice. Was a little bit drying, but this is a pencil corrector, and typically when it's in this form they're going to be a little bit more drying, so that's another thing for me to keep in mind and for you guys to keep in mind. I'm going to keep playing with this a little bit more because I love the fact that it's in stick form because it's easy to swipe on and use. So we shall see. I will let you guys know. I need to do an update video. Alright guys, so that's everything in my drugstore haul. I really hope this video wasn't 20 years long. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned all about some new products that you might want to try out. Drugstore baby, gotta love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.